Alright, we're on dive. They're on brawl. Or rush. Pretty much rush. Juno.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this. I get double fire strike before the fight even begins.
Yeah. The both teams kind of want to go fast. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a competition of uh, who can survive whose dive. And who can set up to their dive better. Because these guys kind of just want to group up and go in a straight line. Or group up and like rush down your supports. But fortunately, we're a pretty unkillable team. Except for maybe like Lucio. Or Sombra. Sombra's pretty killable. So what we want to avoid is having our cooldowns forced like where did my pen go? We want to avoid having our cooldowns forced like TP, translocator, etc. Because then they can just rush you down and kill you.
Yeah.
So what that means is we want to go first and like engage a lot of the time. So that these guys are under a lot of pressure, we can use their cooldowns to survive and they can't follow up immediately because we did a lot of damage. So that's the overview here. This is you, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
we'll mostly just look at your POV and we'll talk about what Kiriko can do in this regard. What's important is you land like shots, kunai, set shots. Um, that can be our like opening. If you can land a headshot on like Juno or Brig, that's really good for us.
Yeah, headshot and follow up
Yeah.
with the dive.
And if you can get around the Rhine, that's what you're looking to do. Because how you get the least amount of value is kind of standing down main and shooting at a Rhine shield. And he's
Right.
very, very good at stopping you from getting value. Or just even doing damage to him, period. It's not your strength. You got a damage nerf. I think Kiriko got a damage nerf pretty recently, so you want to be landing your shots on squishies to get value. Oh, you're switching. Never mind. Okay, well, what I just said, yeah, okay. You're much
Rush.
better at shooting Ryan as Vap. Much, much better. You do a lot more damage. And we're kind of on a rush hybrid with Sombra. I guess Sombra can just be the flanker here. We do have, I'll ask you, who has more sustained damage now between these two comps?
Us with the queen.
And Cass and Bap are all very good sustained damage heroes. So you can afford to take a longer poke phase and try and keep your distance and shoot them to like gain resource advantage before we go in. Because if you're just shooting them at a distance, Reaper, Venture,
Yeah.
Ryan, these heroes are not going to get any value, and you will.
Brig would only have whip shots and for sustain. I think here, looking at their comp, it'd probably be a lot smarter to just put on height. Especially because we knew that they had shatter. So I was trying to play this cover.
Yeah. You mean
Just
like
so I
this
could
site?
Yeah, I think it'd be better to play up here. Especially if JQ's playing
Yeah.
where she is.
I think that's
Because she's
totally
probably
reasonable.
gonna be forced back. But I
Yeah.
just don't want to be so disconnected from my cast, so I'd probably just have Cass playing with me as well. And then have her
Well,
Sombra Lucio play.
you want, against this comp specifically, they want to rush people down as fast as possible. You don't want to be isolated.
Mhm.
Like if you took like an off angle here, they would just be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, rush BAP, and there's
Yeah.
literally nothing you can do. Like
Mhm.
you can't run away in time. You can't disengage in time. They'll just catch you. So you have to kind of put your team. Like if you're here, your team needs to be in between the enemy and yourself.
Mhm.
Or if they're here, your team needs to be between the enemy and yourself. So you create a distance that they have to walk through.
Yeah. They have to walk through their team to
They
get
have to
to
walk
me.
through your team. Yeah. That's a good JQ ult. I think he just surprised you there.
If I threw my window, or if I threw my lamp on the other side of cover, I think I would have lived there.
That's a little bit micro, but yeah, I think this is more
Yeah.
just like awareness on when he
Mhm.
TP's behind. Nobody on your team saw him do this. If you know he's behind you, if you want to avoid the duel, you can simply just walk towards your team here.
Mhm.
But I think we just lack that information, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Make sure our game volume's high enough to hear his TP. It's pretty loud. Yeah. So if you know they have Shatter here, where should you be positioned?
Just further back. I could probably play
Where?
behind that cover. Behind.
This? Or
No,
this
further
one back
back.
there?
Yeah.
I think that's probably a little too split, or a little too
Mhm.
far. Because if you use shift, like 0 people are in your shift range if you're all the way back there. But I think a piece of cover for you to play is just this corner. And then you just step to the right for Shatter. Otherwise, they have to walk all the way to here to Shatter you, which is probably not going to happen. What do you think about this window?
Could have placed it further up.
Maybe like here?
But I did, yeah, definitely there. But I wanted to, primarily I just wanted them to force a disengage from them,
But watch.
so that we could get the space.
I would argue that they're already disengaging.
Because they lost their venture, and we already have the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
And we also had people to
I'm not even
walk on them
opposed
with.
to using the window in the 4v5, but
Just placing them quick.
it needs to be, yeah. If they're already kiting you, if they're already backing up, just walk to the corner and then use it at the corner to win this whole space. And this is a matter of putting your team in between yourself and the enemy. These guys should not be this split. We should be fighting closer to you. But if this is happening, you just need to stay at the corner. So to catch you, they have to really, really reach. And your team kind of made a mistake here by chasing these kills in the back line.
Yeah, and I did die with lamp up as well.
It's okay.
'Cause I thought I could get my exo jump, but the venture ult knocked me off of it,
Oh yeah, another
so I had to reset.
I'll mention. If a lot of shit is happening, an OP spot for BAP to play is just here. And you can just jump up there.
Yeah, you just see everything.
Yeah.
You
And their comp, actually it would be really good against their comp because nobody can reach you. I don't even know if a drill can get up there. Oh, maybe, but they would have to land
Maybe
carefully. Taking space is good. This is good, but the enemy's getting a little close to you. I think you need to back up earlier.
Just walk back here. Just play here.
Like, this is fine, because your ram was here, and you're still behind your ram, and you just rotate this way.
Yeah.
But at this point, you're no longer behind your ram. You kind of want to move to here to be safe. And then if you did that earlier, this split would not happen because you could just back up this way.
Yeah.
Behind your ram.
And then they have an angle on our that's
I think what I've heard before is people say, if you as BAP, if you can't see your tank in front of you, you're probably standing in the wrong spot.
okay.
Unless you're intentionally going for some like flank play with like window or something, but no. The majority of the time. And if we're playing to swing this corner, everybody needs to swing.
Yeah.
Not saying it's wrong, I think it's fine, but you need to be here and swing.
Just have everyone set up for that.
Because Cole is not going to be able to survive on this side of the wall without you. And if that was not the play, then he shouldn't have swung at all.
I think it was just communication.
Yeah, probably.
He might have said something and I just didn't hear it.
Reasonable lamp. Careful standing here. I think you could probably get drilled off of the map.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Your best place to kite is like back here, and like this thing. You can heal people through the windows, and Venture really has to feed to kill you there. I should say, nice. You guys should rotate to try and hold this choke again.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We didn't get there in time. Because they made this rotation through your ram slow, but you know, you guys need to be applying damage to this rotation.
Just drop a window on them, slowed.
Yeah. And then if you can, you just kill them here. But if it's not possible, then you just rotate point and then hold this choke. But those two chokes are better than holding this or even holding this. It's like awkward. Nice. Banana has a crazy flank.
Yeah.
You didn't see it there, so understandable. But yeah, when you're getting pincer like this, you kind of need to decide, am I going to go this way or am I going to go this way? Because if you stay here, they just keep peeking you and then peeking you and then going back to cover and then peeking you and then going back to cover. It's like, in any FPS game, this is kind of how you deal with this, is you choose one side to fight and then you just push it. So in this case, I mean, I think your Cass should just go contest the Ana. But you too, like, you can do it. Like, we can go kill the Ana and then come back. And even if, like, somebody died here because you left for a second, you'll probably still trade favorably. standard BAP procedure. Love to see it. So I don't think this lamp is necessary. He's in cover
same.
and behind his shield.
Yeah.
But also to micro your resources. You know how BAP. I'll just open it. You want to do like shoot heal, and to window 2, you want to like maximize your APM. It's pretty important to do. If you're just sitting behind, if both BAPs are just sitting behind their tanks, it's like the one who does this will output more pressure. Just shoot, heal, and see how there's no downtime doing this. But if I do this, there's a little bit of downtime. So 2 shots into heal is a lot.
Okay.
Imported.
Ready for battle.
I skipped too far. Yes. Here you needed to be doing damage for sure. So what went wrong here?
Well, the idea was that we were gonna go onto this soldier
Yeah.
because he was ISO, but I think there was just a very clear disconnect. I think if we all walked,
We just didn't really swing. So
yeah,
when we put ram shield down, we want to swing. So we want to swing now. Our ram shield should be here, not here. But we shield their main sources of damage, and then we rotate to shoot them. At this point in time, these guys either have to use their cooldowns to leave, or they have to push through the shield, which is dangerous, right? So most of the time, they'll just get forced out, and then we can rotate safely. And then we win this space. But we use our ram cooldowns, and nobody swings. Our ram cooldowns drop, and then we try and cross, but it's not going to work. Heck, we can even use a wall. If we really want to rotate quickly, we can use wall and then walk here. So windowing, we want them to be crossing open areas, right? What do you think happened with this window?
it's a bit. It doesn't cover as much space as it could have. If I'm playing a bit further up, I could probably cover. I could take. This window could see this entire bridge all the way up to where that Juno is.
Yeah. So
But
the
way that
open
I placed
areas,
it,
the open areas on the screen right now is like this one. This is number 1, and then this one. This is like number 2. So if we're playing for this one, you can just drop the window like here, or here, or even back here. If we're playing for number 2, then we just put a ram at the corner, and then you can drop the window like back here as they rotate out into this open space. So it creates a maximum distance between yourself, the threat, and the enemy. So to avoid them just walking past your window. He tried.
Yeah, I think it got walled off on the engage, so they had to use their general just to compensate the healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come around the other side, which is
Yeah.
why I swung into his face.
I think there's a little bit of panic there, but the right response should be shoot him because he can't wraith while he's blossoming. If he's blossoming in the middle of your team like this, it should be pretty much a death sentence. He should just die instantly. Like if everybody looks at his head and shoots him, he will die, right? So you just shoot him first to kill him faster, and then go to cover. Shift your lap if you need it to survive. But that shouldn't have happened. You should have just killed him there. He was overextended. Again, we use shield, but we don't swing. And then we're trying to swing with no resources. I think this is okay, but you can't just walk past this guy. Like we're not playing that kind of comp. We need to kind of deal with the threats in order. So this guy is the biggest threat. Put your ram in front of you, shoot him, he'll leave, and then you take space, you move forward, rinse and repeat. But to ignore people in the backline like this is not good. And it also, you're putting yourself in a pincer, so you're probably stressed out right now. It's like they're everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
both soldiers are at
There's people on your right, there's people on your left, there's people behind you. That's because we didn't clear them. We need to clear them. It's a little bit different when they have like a tracer who can just live infinitely behind you if she chose to, but with Reaper, no. This window has good intentions. We walled it, which is kind of unlucky. Yeah, that's a very good window, actually. I like that. Okay, solid. That's that map. Any questions about that? I should open it if you have a question.
So if they were running a different type of comp, it would be possible for me to be like complete. Like, what kind of comp would they have to run in order for it to be reasonable for me to be on an off angle? Like, if in that Legion on that first point, Lijiang, where would it be? What kind of comp would they have to run in order for me to be ISO on that high ground?
Well, on the high ground isn't much of an off angle. It's kind of just, it's still directly behind your tank, and that's where you want to be positioned.
Yeah.
You want to be positioned, like,
with that space between
if
enemy
I'll just
tank.
draw it on Widows. So if you're here, your tank is here, and the enemy is here, or they're spread out, right? You want to be positioned as much as you can between like the highest threat of the enemy. Like put your tank in between the highest threat of the enemy and yourself.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Most of the time, an off angle is not good for you. For instance, if you're here, and you're like, okay, I'm getting off angle damage, then these guys, if they have speed or dive or any kind of engagement, they'll just pressure you by going around your tank. The idea is if they can just go around your tank to get to you, you're too easy to get to. They should be going through your tank to get to you. So you can take small off angles as long as they still have to go through your tank to get to you.
Okay. Alright, that makes sense.
Okay. Let's do Nepal.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Yeah, one problem I have with Nepal when I'm playing Ana, I don't know where to play. I don't know where to set up supports on Nepal, especially on this
Right.
point.
Yeah, Anna's pretty tricky on this
I
point.
feel like anywhere that I can see my team is just too close.
Yeah, Anna's pretty tricky on this point because you do need to kind of get close. Some areas of safety is potentially like up here, and then you could rotate this way and put your team between yourself and the enemy, something like that. Or you could play basically here, which is kind of bad sightline, but you could fight here with your team in between yourself and the enemy, and you know you can see some of this side, but it is a relatively passive position, and it's difficult for you to land good nades from here. Or you could go left side and essentially play here, clear this high ground from this position, and then eventually rotate here, and then fight in this area. But standing here is a little bit close, and you have to really make sure you won the space to rotate to this position, because you could, if it's not safe, just they run past your tank and kill you on Ana.
Yeah.
But the idea with this comp, Ana Juno, is you have to go first, and you have to have a very strong first cycle, or they'll just run you down, because you have no sustain. Ana Juno will not survive a dive if they can close the distance on you. This position is okay. I think you really needed to use your cooldowns on this monkey cycle. Like your monkey uses jump and bubble, he's engaged. This is the spike in value you're going to get. You're not going to get this amount of pressure for another 13 seconds. So you need to swing and try and throw a nade. Otherwise, your monkey's forced out, he's low, he'll have to disengage, and then you lost the space. So this is your one opportunity. But you didn't really use your cooldowns in time there.
My nade.
Yeah, I think this is the same case here. This is your spike, right? Here, Rissa just use E and gold.
Yeah.
But where's the nade? We need your nade there. So it's late. Positioning was fine though.
Just better use of abilities.
Yeah, it's like if you don't use your cooldowns and they don't get value, you're gonna lose space and it's gonna feel bad. But don't think that the position was bad. It just sometimes the position's bad, sometimes the cooldown usage is bad. They're not necessarily correlated. You should definitely be rolling out high ground, I would say.
Especially into Ramondra.
Just because the Genji's sitting on your head right now, it's like kind of scary to walk out. Yeah, and they could land a fat nade here and you'd just be dead. But so I understand your hesitation to walk out. I'm not gonna say you should have used nade there, but it's like if we really want to push here, we need to walk out, clear this space, and then eventually fight this way. But it's difficult. They kind of wait out the slow, clear the Genji, and then we can walk out of the choke. But our Orisa kind of just pushed forward and tried to fight into 4 people. And by the way, you should be calling if you're zoned and you can't get value. You have to call that so your tank knows, because we don't have eyes on the back of our head. More information is always better. So if you're slow, just say like, backline is zoned. Backline is zoned. We can't peek. We can't peek. Just wait.
Okay.
I'll give your tank more information, especially because like, we can't expect Cole to just be like a god gamer and know everything and track everybody's cooldowns. Like it's too much to expect from him. Help each other out that way. This fight,
Probably better to just throw
I
nade.
think you just need to throw nade here,
Yeah. Like I'm dead.
and then try and hit the sleep. But that's about it. Like you just need to hit your cooldowns there. Position was okay.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
One step at a time.
One round. Capture the objective.
I'll find my own path.
So what did I say on Lijiang about Kiriko? Into
Don't want to be shooting between the tank and ideal targets.
yeah, we want to get value on squishies as much as possible and try and avoid shooting Ramatra.
Yeah, that's just
Unlucky. Good engagement. Look at Genji, look at Genji, look at Genji. Shoot Genji!
we're screaming Ana.
But you can't see him. And Genji used dash and he's 1 HP. Okay, well, I mean that's fair too. Following the technical is good, but alright.
Probably need to do a bit more DPSing on Kiriko so we can follow up.
Yeah.
Dives. But I feel like with their comp, it's kind of hard to get in a position where I can hit key targets behind Ramatra because they've been playing interestingly on this map. They're playing really grouped up on a lot of their fights.
I mean this is a good
But I
position.
think
You can
here,
see
yeah.
4 squishies
Then I
behind
get
Ramatra.
forced out.
Like the only way that he literally has to be standing directly, like if you're here and Ramatra's here, then this would probably be not a great spot.
Yeah.
But if you're here, that's enough of an off angle to shoot squishies. Like it doesn't have to be a lot. You just have to be able to see around him.
I think I could have just stayed on height. There's no reason to leave, even though they
Yeah,
use Disruptor. Just
Definitely.
wait it out.
it's a bit of a feed. You should just stay back here.
Yeah. And if I do want to rotate, just teleport.
If you want to rotate out, if they're pushing you this way, then you should just walk back, create distance. And if they still close the distance on you, then you can teleport, ideally to somewhere over here. But depends where your team is playing.
Soothing your wounds.
A little too passive right now. Right?
Hmm?
Like, a little too passive, I think.
Okay.
You could just stand here and already be getting value by shooting this choke.
Yeah. They don't have the speed to walk on me.
Yeah.
Probably just keep testing the injury. Right now he's hitting our
This is your spike. And they kind of caught up to you here, so let's see. Could we have disengaged? You had to Suzu, Lucio. It was a good attempt. Yeah. So overall, I don't think you did too bad, but in terms of positioning, what would be the better angle?
just left side.
Yeah.
Because then they can't walk onto me.
You can deny
I'm
the
almost
Sojourn
never
from
under
just
that.
free firing onto point. And if you win the space and you're not cleared by Sojourn, then you can free fire onto point, and this is a good off
Yeah.
angle. Whereas this is kind of just down main.
Mhm. They were just calling for her rush blade.
Guide you.
I swear that would have been blocked. Be careful
Yeah,
rushing into
I
objects.
was also
That
very
was
worried
that
that
was
was gonna get
sketchy.
blocked
That
as
was
well.
sketchy. Also, if you don't want to swing point, remember you can just climb this wall and then rush like
Yeah.
that.
No.
Because this is close. You could have just been killed by Zen right there.
Yeah,
Right.
like just then charging up,
Yeah.
then just coming up before I even get it off.
If your Lucio is that low and he wants to beat, you should Suzu it, because you could just get Ajax. But that's something that takes practice for sure, and he needs to be calling that he's gonna beat. Oh, clean. Nice. Nice. Smart. Probably just back up to here.
Yeah,
Just because
I don't need to be
they can just
the one contestant point.
they can just kill you if you're standing on point. Yeah, only one person needs to contest point. They're the ones that have to walk into this extremely dangerous area, not you.
Yeah.
Okay.
To just play where I was playing on Juno on Kiriko.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And those pillars are really good cover as well. Any questions about that round?
Not really.
Okay.
Just on Kiriko, just finding those angles
Yeah, we'll continue.
where I'm not hitting Ramatra, basically.
Yeah. But you can just tell me if you think you're seeing that in this replay at this point. So we know exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, like here I could just walk left side.
Yeah. Or you could, I mean, you could just walk left side. I think that's a good choice. Or you could bait him to chase you. You press S, and then you teleport to your Genji, and now you keep pressing S, and you have a really good off angle, and their Ramatra's like over here. Either way, yeah, you want to swing and shoot squishies. Nice mechanics though. Your ball should not be doing this. You can mention it to him too if it's just like this is our kill box. We don't want to be using resources behind the wall that much. Yeah, nice shots on the Ana. But this is our engagement. We really want to be engaging now on the Ana while she's rotating.
Then we should have our ball set up on that kill box.
Yeah, like you need to be landing shots at that time. Your Tracer and Genji need to be engaging at that time. You were thinking about TPing
Playing.
there, but you didn't. That's reasonable. I think either way is...
Probably don't need to be playing on point, just letting that Arisa have the opportunity to kill me there.
like this. Or
Yeah.
before this. Well, you're not really on point, but yeah, you are kind of face tanking.
Yeah.
As soon as you see this, like, I would probably just be TPing to safety. You did spend a little too
And also
much.
getting a better angle
I
as
guess
well.
you didn't have TP quite yet, but yeah, like this, you're not really in a good position right now, so you should just use TP there. It might have got cancelled by Spear in hindsight.
Because Arisa is literally the only thing I can see.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Ana. We almost got her.
I can fit for the back as well.
Yeah. You just need to do a little bit more damage here, overall. Like, here you should not be healing, you need to be shooting. You know what I mean? A little too
Yeah,
much
and I
focus
can
on
see
heals
1
there.
HP Brig, 1 HP Ana.
Yeah.
Not 1
And when they were all standing in this area, this is when they're vulnerable. You need to be doing damage at that time.
Rotation.
Yeah, we'll do both there. Good headshot. This is good.
Or just
I
rush
think it
earlier.
would have been fine to rush earlier. I mean, there's rationale behind either way. If you rush here, they have to cross through it to get to point, or if you rush point, then they have to walk into your rush to contest point. But I think the rush earlier is generally stronger, because to touch point they only need one person, but everybody on their team essentially has to walk through the rush if you rush early. Suzu.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, you need a
Suzu
Suzu for sure. And you're still getting a little close. Like, you can get this value from this position.
And I'm not getting LOS by that pillar. I can
Yeah,
keep getting
shoot. Now you swing. Shoot. So yeah, a little more damage, a little more squishy focus, and keeping your spacing in the mid fight. Sometimes you just press W a little too hard.
Yeah. And then looking for those angles.
Yeah, and call your rush and be aggressive with it. Like, you and your team want to push hard with rush, and when they have to rotate like that, for sure you want to catch them on the rotation. So you make that call and get your ult out early. Cool.
Cool.
Alright, I can call it.